Sagittarius, adventurous spirit of the wild frontiers. Can you feel it? There is a restless, profound call stirring beneath the surface of your days, an ancient longing for truth and expansive horizons in the very depths of your being. You are standing on the threshold of a profound, philosophical awakening one. Your soul has been patiently tending toward for longer than you know. And between the sacred dates of October 15th and 17th, 2025, the universe is preparing to deliver not a sudden jolt, but three potent, undeniable currents of wisdom. Each one a sacred key unlocking a doorway to a life where expansive purpose is no longer something you chase, but the very path you walk. If your intuition has guided you to this space, it is because a whisper from your own spirit, ancient and knowing, led you here. This is no accident, no random click in a quiet moment. It is the rhythm of divine timing, a sacred pulse beating in harmony with your own quest for meaning. You are stepping across a threshold into what I can only describe as a portal of sacred exploration, a rare and holy window where three divine forces are aligning just for you. The first is a current of profound truth and boundless expansion, dissolving limiting beliefs that have held you back. The second, a connection so true it feels like remembering a forgotten part of your own soul's journey. And the third, a blossoming of authentic freedom, so radiant, so deeply rooted, that the world cannot help but mirror the adventure it sees within you. So, breathe deep for a moment. Let the noise of the world fall away and ask your heart this one question. Why have I arrived here in this moment? The cosmos does not speak in riddles. It waits with infinite patience for the souls who are finally ready to listen to receive. And right now, the moon, gentle guide of your inner landscape, is meeting your generous ruler Jupiter in a rare and beautiful alignment, opening a doorway to expansion that is not forced but divinely offered. As you stand in this sacred space we have created together, know that your presence is the very thing that gives it life. This is not simply a video. It is a sanctuary, a gathering of expansive souls like your own. Every action you take here is an anchor for your intention, to help shape this space into a haven for all who seek it, and to signal to the universe that you are truly ready to receive. I invite you to take a gentle, sacred action. When you are moved, perhaps you will share this message with another soul who needs to hear it, or offer your presence through a subscription to our channel Cosmic Treasure. And to ground your own readiness to place your heart into this current of alignment, you might write in the comments below, "I am ready for my sacred expansion." When you do, you are not just typing words. You are planting a seed in the fertile soil of this moment. And from the deepest part of my own soul, thank you. Thank you for arriving. Your energy is a vital part of this beautiful unfolding. Now listen with your whole being, Sagittarius. Someone here, perhaps even you, may feel a gentle welling of inspiration before our time together is through. Not from a place of sorrow, but from the profound relief of being truly seen, of having your adventurous, truth-seeking efforts finally acknowledged by the universe itself. Do not turn away from this feeling. It is the beginning of a great opening, a great receiving. What is about to be revealed is not just a message. It is a validation of the path you have so faithfully walked. Let us step through this doorway together. The first current, an unveiling of sacred truth and expansion, October 15th. There are moments in life that do not arrive with a thunderous crash, but with the quiet, unmistakable feeling of a gentle breeze beginning to stir after a long, stagnant period. They come as a whisper, a subtle shift in the air, a quiet knowing that settles deep within your bones. For you, dear Sagittarius, October 15th arrives with this very energy. It may wear the simple clothes of an ordinary day, but beneath its surface a divine alignment is gently tilting the world in your favor. Your inner compass, the moon, forms a gentle, supportive connection with the expansive spirit of Jupiter, your ruling planet, creating a doorway of profound grace opening before you. This cosmic grace does not demand you rush or perform. It asks only for your presence. It responds to the boundless optimism and philosophical curiosity that has always been your greatest gift, the wisdom that lives in your expansive spirit, long before your mind finds the words to name it. This alignment does not shout its arrival. Its influence is more like the slow, deep nourishment of water seeping into the earth, reaching the roots that have felt thirsty for so long. The moon governs your deepest emotional needs, not just comfort, but the feelings of freedom, authenticity, belief, and the deep pleasure that comes from a life well explored and wisdom well gained. Jupiter, in its boundless wisdom, gently expands all that it touches. When these two sacred energies meet, a current of tangible, intellectual, and spiritual blessing begins to flow into your life with a gentle, undeniable certainty. A place in your life where things have felt blocked, perhaps a philosophical question you have been pondering, an opportunity for travel or higher learning you have been waiting for, or a long-awaited answer to a quiet prayer for deeper meaning now begins to soften, to loosen its grip. But it is unlikely to arrive with grand fanfare or a shower of fireworks. This kind of holy abundance speaks in the language of subtlety. It may arrive as an unexpected invitation to study or travel in your inbox, a call from someone who sparks a new philosophical discussion, whose words now say, "I've been thinking about this idea," or "Let's explore this possibility together." It could be an opportunity that feels so perfectly aligned with your soul's purpose for truth and adventure that it could not possibly be a coincidence. Or perhaps an offer for a new course, a travel scholarship, or even a publishing opportunity appears from a source you had long since given up on. These are not random acts of fate, adventurous heart. They are openings. They are invitations from the universe, but they still ask for your gentle participation. Not a great, terrifying leap into the unknown, but a small, steady gesture of willingness, of trust. If you have been cultivating the garden of your inner wisdom, tending to your intellectual curiosities with quiet faith, now is the time to meet that patience with soft, intentional action. Think of this abundance as a gentle river, and your attention, your quiet yes, is the act of stepping into its current. So often, what holds us back is not a lack of desire, but a hesitation dressed in the costume of logic. We wait for absolute certainty in a world that so rarely offers it. But life does not deliver its greatest blessings in perfectly sealed packages. It whispers to us, through our intuition, through those gentle nudges, through the signs that only our heart can read. In this sacred whisper, you can feel the energy of a new beginning, a seed of pure potential being placed directly into your hands. What arrives may not look like a fully grown, truth-bearing tree just yet, but the promise, the undeniable shape of its possibility, is there for you to hold. So today, perhaps all that is needed is for you to open that email about a new course you have been avoiding, to return that call with an open heart, or to finally send the proposal you have been composing in your mind for weeks. Or maybe it is time to sit in quiet contemplation, to sketch out the itinerary for your dream adventure, to write the philosophical essay that makes your spirit sing, or to revisit the beautiful plan you had set aside, believing the time was not yet right. These small, tangible actions become prayers in motion. They are signals to the universe that you are not just a passive dreamer, but an active co-creator in your own becoming. So as you breathe through this sacred moment, ask your soul, what have I been quietly, faithfully hoping would find its way to me, expanding my horizons? And if it were to arrive in a form I did not expect, would I still have the wisdom to welcome it in? Take a deep, expansive breath, Sagittarius. Trust the quiet feeling that lives just beneath the surface of your caution. That feeling knows far more than your fear ever will. And when that doorway appears, even if it opens with just a gentle creak, have the courage to walk through it. What is waiting for you on the other side is already on its way. It is only waiting for your quiet, heartfelt yes. The second current, shared vision and intellectual kinship, October 16th. There are days when a soul crosses your path, and it feels less like a meeting and more like a remembrance. It is a connection that resonates in a place deeper than words, a feeling of coming home to a truth you had almost forgotten. Sagittarius, October 16th, carries this very energy, this sacred potential for a meeting of minds and spirits. If the day before stirred the waters of your expansive opportunities and philosophical insights, today, the universe reaches into the very heart of you, touching the tender places of connection and belonging that nourish your independent spirit. This is not just any connection, however. This is a soul-aligned presence, someone being gently woven into the tapestry of your life, not to disrupt your freedom, but to deepen it, to amplify it in ways you have only dreamed of. Astrologically, the moon creates a moment of gentle tension, with ethereal Neptune stirring the deep waters of your emotional world, and in doing so, sharpening your inner vision for genuine connection. This sacred energy works to slowly and gently dissolve the illusions you may have held around your relationships. Illusions about who truly stimulates your intellect and shares your vision, and who, with no ill intent, quietly anchors you to the mundane. While this clarification may feel disorienting, at first know that a profound healing is already unfolding beneath the surface. It is like stepping into a room where you have sat for years, but only now someone has gently turned up the light. You begin to see the details you had missed, the subtle nuances, the deeper meanings. And most importantly, you see with perfect clarity exactly where the door to true intellectual and spiritual kinship lies. In this window of divine truth, someone may enter your life who seems unassuming at first. Their presence may not be loud or demanding, but it will settle into you like fertile ground around a questing seed. This could be a fellow explorer whose vision perfectly mirrors your own, a mentor who appears with the quiet wisdom you have been seeking, or a romantic presence that speaks a language your adventurous spirit understands long before your cape's mind can catch up. Whether this soul is arriving in your life for the very first time, or if it is someone you already know returning in a new and more profound way, the message from the universe is exquisitely simple. You were never meant to carry the weight of this world's questions all alone. The sacred energies of tarot that move through this day speak not only of romantic love, but of spiritual reflection, of seeing your own soul mirrored in the eyes of another who shares your journey. These are holy mirrors that remind us of who we are becoming when we finally feel safe enough to lay down our guard, to be truly and completely seen for our aspirations and philosophies. It is so natural, especially for a soul as independent as yours, to find safety in self-reliance, in charting your own course, even when you are quietly longing for a kindred spirit. But true harmony, the kind your spirit longs for, does not mean bearing every burden in silence. Sometimes the most grounded and powerful act is to allow another to hold sacred space for your intellectual and spiritual pursuits. There is a deep and quiet strength in choosing partnership, not as a crutch for your weaknesses, but as a conscious act of trust, a shared sanctuary built by two willing hearts. If you have felt a quiet distance from others lately, as if your expansive thoughts go unheard, or your philosophical heart is not truly met with the same passion you so freely give, this day offers a gentle turning of the tide. Someone is coming who understands. They see the depth of your quest, the quiet strength in your curiosity. But there is a sacred truth to be honored here. They may not arrive in the form you have so carefully pictured in your mind. Their impact on your life may blossom slowly, like the first shoots of new knowledge pushing their way up through the cold, stubborn ground. That is why your soft openness is the key that unlocks this door. Your intellectual availability and willingness to share your insights are your most precious currency now. You are being called to speak your truth with gentle honesty, to listen with a heart that is not guarded, and to allow the sanctuary of your own being to remain unlocked. It is so easy to fall into the familiar patterns of stoic independence. Perhaps you have said the words, "I'm fine," one too many times, even when your soul was aching for a deep conversation. But there is another voice, a deeper truth rising from beneath that old pattern. You were never meant to shoulder this journey alone. Think of the quiet nights you have spent longing for someone who could simply sit beside you in the stillness, discussing the mysteries of the universe. Not to fix you, not to rescue you, but to witness you, your dreams, your theories, your quiet strength with steady eyes and open minds. That sacred longing has not been a cry into the void. It has been a prayer, and the universe has heard every word. There is something undeniably beautiful that happens when you stop tucking away the richness of your inner world, for fear it is too much for others to grasp. The souls who carry the same frequency, the same depth of intellectual curiosity, they begin to find you as if by some invisible magnetic pull. Sometimes all it takes is one message sent in faith, one conversation. You allow yourself to lean into one invitation. You accept, not knowing that it is the first step into the next beautiful chapter of your life. It may not unfold with a crash of cymbals, but that does not make it any less sacred. So Sagittarius, today I gently invite you to reach out. Send a text to that friend whose name has been drifting through your thoughts, inviting them for coffee and a deep discussion. Say yes to that quiet invitation you were planning to decline, knowing it might lead to an unexpected adventure. Walk into every interaction with a soft and open heart. Divine meetings do not shout for your attention. They arrive on soft feet with a quiet grace. All you must do is be present enough to hear their gentle arrival. The third current, authentic freedom and purposeful path. October 17th. Something profound begins to shift within you when you stop making yourself smaller to fit into spaces that were never designed to hold the fullness of your light. And on October 17th, Sagittarius, the cosmos is gently, lovingly urging you to do just that, to take up your full sacred space in this world without apology. Not with arrogance, not with haste, but with the quiet, unshakable confidence of a soaring eagle that knows its path is essential. The sun, the very essence of your radiant life force, forms a powerful and harmonious connection with Uranus, the planet of divine authenticity and sudden beautiful breakthroughs. This is not a shift that is happening to you. It is a blossoming that is rising from the deepest part of your own being. The version of you that waited patiently for permission to roam, that sought external validation before daring to speak your truth, begins to dissolve like mist in the morning Sunday. In its place stands a soul who is deeply rooted in their philosophical truth, radiantly present and unapologetically certain of their own value and direction. Uranus does not whisper, it liberates. And when its energy aligns with the life-giving force of the sun, your own essence, your unique truth, becomes impossible to ignore. This is not about seeking the spotlight or chasing attention. It is about becoming so exquisitely in tune with your own truth that your very presence becomes a gentle yet powerful force of nature. Yes, people will begin to notice you, but it will not be because you are any louder. It will be because the energy you radiate has finally caught up with the magnificent worth and expansive vision you have always held within. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, does not respond to our longing. It responds to our clarity. And today that clarity moves through you like fire warming the expansive, adventurous plains. You may find yourself speaking with a newfound directness, your words carrying a weight of truth that feels both powerful and peaceful. You may walk with a deeper sense of purpose, a quiet knowing that what you are here to offer this world is finally magnetizing its perfect match. This is not the result of a sudden miracle. It is the natural, beautiful outcome that occurs when your inner energy becomes a perfect vibrational match for the life of freedom and purposeful exploration you have been so patiently and lovingly dreaming of. The law of attraction teaches us that what we deeply, truly believe we deserve is what inevitably circles back to find us. When you begin to live, breathe, and move through the world as the version of yourself who already embodies freedom, purpose, and profound wisdom, the external world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match that reality. In the sacred language of the tarot, this moment mirrors the radiant energies of the sun and the chariot or justice for truth. These are not figures who seek approval from others. They are archetypes who know their own value from the inside out, guided by their inner compass and philosophical wisdom. Their light is a natural extension of their being. These energies are here to remind you that being seen is not an act of ego. It is the holy result of living so truthfully, so authentically, that life itself rises up to meet you in celebration. And if you have been doing the quiet work, the learning, the growing, the expanding of your own inner philosophical garden, wondering when the world outside would finally reflect the brilliance you have cultivated within this, may be the very moment you have been waiting for. Your energy does not lie. Once your inner frequency shifts, the outer results must, by divine law, begin to appear. A long-held belief system you questioned may suddenly find profound validation. A new opportunity for authentic expression more aligned than any before it might find its way back to you. Or you may simply feel a profound sense of being anchored once again in what truly matters to your adventurous spirit. And that clarity, that deep sense of inner alignment, makes your every next move feel sacred, simple, and obvious. In the spiritual language of numerology, this day marks a powerful transition. It is a moment of soulful completion and the beginning of a new, clean slate. Think of this day as turning the page in your own sacred story, not just to passively read what comes next, but to begin writing it with a bolder, more authentic hand. This is the moment where all the lessons of your past become the fertile soil of your strength, and from that soil you rise. Not because you are pushing or forcing, but from a place of quiet, sacred, unshakable certainty. One of the most powerful shifts a soul can experience is the moment they stop waiting. They stop waiting for the perfect sign, the right time, or permission from the outside world. They simply quietly decide. And that one decision made from the heart and followed by even the smallest aligned action opens doors that no amount of force could ever push through. You can begin this embodiment with a simple, sacred ritual. Stand before a mirror, look past the surface and meet your own eyes, the windows to your soul. Take a deep breath and say these words aloud, not with force, but with gentle certainty. I attract expansive opportunities, profound wisdom and connections that reflect the new radiant frequency I now embody. Let this be a loving reminder, a gentle realignment. What you radiate is what returns. And if you have ever felt that your deep inner evolution was invisible to the world, I promise you with my whole soul the universe has noticed. It has witnessed every quiet choice, every moment of growth. And now the great shift, the beautiful reflection is unfolding all around you. There is a quiet and profound kind of abundance that begins not with what is in your bank account, but with what is blooming in the garden of your own expansive energy. It is a state of being, a sacred alignment that a Sagittarius soul with your deep connection to higher wisdom can understand more than any other. After the potent currents of opportunity, connection, and authentic freedom have washed over you, this next phase of your sacred journey is about embodiment. It is the holy moment where all the pieces begin to click into place, not because you chased them down, but because you finally gracefully became the version of yourself who could hold them with ease and gratitude. That adventurous heart is the true and lasting shape of awakened abundance. Your soul is not here to race through life to hustle in a state of chaos. That frantic rhythm was never meant for you. Your greatest gift has always been your presence, your philosophical outlook, and your boundless optimism. Not just the act of being in a room, but the ability to inspire the room. You carry within you the quiet grace to seek truth, to cultivate wisdom, and to build lasting, tangible value in every journey you undertake. And when that powerful, expansive energy flows from a place of clear and sacred purpose, it does not just catch the attention of others. It draws what you desire toward you like a gentle, magnetic current. You do not need to chase what is divinely meant for you. When your energy is aligned, your life becomes a sanctuary that blessings seek out without you having to force a single thing. While others may exhaust themselves trying to win a race that has no finish line, you are here to walk a different path. A slower, deeper, more intentional rhythm that never sacrifices your inner peace for the sake of outward progress. You are not here to chase success. You are here to become the kind of soul that success loves to be near. This sacred path does not just lead to material wealth. It leads to a full-bodied richness, a prosperity that moves through your time, your explorations, your relationships, and the quiet, deliberate way you choose to show up in the world each day. This new era of wealth is not built upon the shaky foundations of exhaustion. It is built upon calm clarity, sacred generosity, and the kind of deep inner confidence that has no need to announce itself. And what is it that shifts everything? It is not more effort piled on top of more effort. It is the simple yet profoundly powerful act of grounding yourself in a frequency that naturally, effortlessly welcomes prosperity. A frequency born not from tension and striving, but from deep, unwavering trust. We live in a world that often glorifies urgency, constant motion, and an endless pursuit of more. But true expansion, the kind that lasts, the kind that feels like home, almost always begins in stillness. That is why something as fundamental as your own conscious breath can become a sacred ritual, a returning to center, a holy act of alignment. Because when you breathe with presence, your body remembers that it is safe. And when your body feels safe, your nervous system softens. You shift out of the state of survival and into a state of sacred sovereignty. And from that space, the one that exists beyond fear, your intuition becomes crystal clear. Your decisions feel different, less like anxious calculations and more like gentle, intuitive knowings. You stop chasing what you already carry within you. You stop grasping, and you start simply allowing. And that, dear Sagittarius, is where your true wealth begins to bloom. Not in the hustle, but in the quiet, resonant hum of your own knowing. I invite you to carve out just 15 minutes each morning, not to plan or to fix anything, but to gently step into the feeling space of the version of you who already lives in your most abundant timeline. Sit with it, feel it. Not as a distant fantasy, but as a future reality your soul already recognizes as truth. Let your senses be your guide. Where are you waking up? What are the textures around you? The feel of soft linens, the gentle morning light filtering through the window, the smell of something warm and nourishing in the air. What do your mornings feel like when your life is built around a foundation of ease and sacred alignment? Who are you inspiring from this overflow of peace? What flows into your life with effortless grace, and what flows out from you with joy and a sense of deep purpose? This is not an act of pretending. This is the sacred work of preparing your energetic field to receive what you are now truly ready to hold. The universe does not just match your words, it mirrors your state of being. And when your expectations are soaked in the warm waters of gratitude, rather than the cold grip of anxiety, doors have a way of opening without you even needing to knock. Gratitude, after all, is one of the fastest and most beautiful ways to tune your energy to the frequency of abundance. Try this gentle practice. Pause for a moment right now and think back over the past few days. Write down, either in a journal or just in your mind, 5 things that brought you a small flicker of joy. They do not have to be grand. Maybe it was the way the moonlight settled on your window pane. Perhaps it was a kind word from a stranger, a moment of unexpected philosophical insight, or even just the simple pleasure of a comforting meal made exactly the way you like it. Gratitude does more than just make you feel good. It recalibrates your entire energetic frequency. It gently shifts your focus from what you perceive to be missing to the incredible richness that is already alive and generous all around you. And that shift, that is where miracles quietly begin to gather. Because when we speak of wealth on a sacred energetic level, what we are truly speaking of is trust. Trust in your own inherent value. Trust in the divine and perfect rhythm of your life. And trust in something deeper and wiser than your logical mind can ever strategize. It is no accident that so many stories of profound transformation begin the very moment someone stops needing to have everything figured out and instead starts showing up with embodied faith. Not a blind faith, but the kind of deep belief that is lived in the bones. A quiet daily whisper that says, I may not have all the answers, but I know with my whole being that I am supported. This next season of your abundance is not about how much you can acquire. It is about how deeply you are willing to receive. It is not about proving your success to the world. It is about embodying the frequency of ease, pleasure, and purpose for your own sacred fulfillment. You are not here to compete in a game that was not designed for your soul. You are here to create a new definition of success. One where wealth, peace, beauty, and integrity can all sit together at the same table in perfect harmony. So take a deep breath, adventurous heart. Loosen your grip. Let go of the old impulse to force, to fix, to control. You have already walked through the open doors. Now it is time to become the beautiful, welcoming home, where all of that abundance feels safe enough to land and to stay. Now that you have walked through these sacred gates of expansive opportunity, of soul-aligned connection, of authentic freedom, one final key remains. And that key is your own gentle, deliberate action. But here is the sacred truth that is so often overlooked. Action does not need to be loud or dramatic to be transformative. Sometimes all it takes is a whisper from your own intuition, one clear choice, one small yes said with the quiet certainty of your whole being. And that one decision, that one gentle step, can change everything. October 17th may mark the closing of this 3-day cosmic window, but what you choose to do now will either ground this profound shift into your reality or allow it to drift away like a beautiful dream upon waking. This is not a warning to create fear, but a loving, open-handed invitation. The universe has done its part. It has revealed the path, opened the doorways, and aligned the energies in your favor. Now the gentle movement is yours to make. Not from a place of fear or overthinking, but with the steady, grounded clarity that is your birthright. Imagine this moment as the final golden thread in a magnificent tapestry that has been woven by your intuition, your quiet choices, and divine timing itself. That last anchoring stitch, it is yours to place. And one of the most powerful ways to do this is by getting exquisitely honest about the direction of your heart. Revisit your philosophical and aspirational intentions not from a place of scarcity or lack, but from a place of deep embodiment. Instead of writing, "I hope I can achieve this goal," feel the shift as you declare, "I choose to create and receive in perfect rhythm with my soul's expansive purpose." Trade your vague hopes for grounded, specific intentions. The universe understands the language of precision. This clarity is not about control. It is the frequency of confidence signaling that you are ready to be a conscious co-creator of the life that has been waiting for you. Have you been gently avoiding an intuitive nudge? Have you been delaying action on a clear sign, or ignoring the quiet, wise voice that has been softly guiding you from within? This is your confirmation. This is your sign to say yes to that door, even if your voice trembles a little as you speak. Reach out to the person whose name has been resting on your heart, inviting them to collaborate. Share the beautiful philosophical idea you have been quietly perfecting for far too long. It does not need to be flawless. It only needs to be true. Because it is the motion, the gentle forward step that matters now. And the exquisite beauty of this timing is that the universal energies are already flowing with you. This is not about pushing a heavy boulder uphill. It is about gently unlocking a gate that was already waiting for you. So many wait until they feel perfectly ready. But readiness is a destination we arrive at by taking the first step. It does not precede it. The souls who receive the most breathtaking blessings are often those who take the smallest, most uncertain step while still feeling the whispers of doubt. That single step becomes a magnet for divine momentum. And momentum, dear Sagittarius, is a sacred and powerful force. When you act in true alignment with your heart, the universe does not just meet you halfway. It rushes to embrace you, to support you, to clear the path before you. I have seen lives transform not because of one giant heroic leap, but because someone chose to move when their energy whispered, "Now." And so whether it is writing your intentions in a journal, speaking your truth aloud to the quiet morning air, or simply placing your hand on your heart and whispering, "I claim my sacred expansion," know that these acts matter. They are more than symbolic. They are energetic anchors. They are your way of saying to the cosmos, "I am not just listening. I am responding. I am ready." There is a rhythm to divine timing, and right now for you it is quickening. This is your call to move with it, gently, not urgently. There is nothing to force but everything to choose. What you choose to nourish now will begin to grow. What you engage with now will begin to become real. So take a deep breath and affirm it in your body, in your choices, in your voice. This is your time. The door is open wide, and it is your turn to step through. Sagittarius, if you are still here with me, if you have stayed in this sacred space to the very end, then I know this with an absolute and unshakable certainty: something deep within you is rising. Not because of a prediction and not because of my words, but because your soul remembers its own truth. This journey is not about becoming someone new. It is about a sacred returning, a homecoming to the magnificent self you have always been beneath any layers of doubt or fear. Before you ever felt the need to hold back your light, before the world made you question the depth of your own worth, you knew you were never meant to play small. You came to this earth to build wisdom, to create lasting intellectual freedom, and to embody a wealth that nourishes everything and everyone you inspire. Over these past few minutes, we have walked through a sacred doorway together. You have seen how the universe is opening expansive and purposeful pathways that honor your adventurous, truth-seeking heart. You have been reminded that the aligned, supportive partnerships you long for are not a thing of the past. They are arriving now to meet the truth of who you have become. And most importantly, you have been given a divine invitation to take up your full space, to stand in your light, and to magnetize the beautiful, purposeful life you have always sensed was yours to live. This era of sacred abundance is not a fantasy. It is a frequency, a vibration. And Sagittarius, your beautiful, expansive soul, has finally matched it. But before we part for now, I invite you to ask your heart one final question. What is one small, gentle thing I can do today to show the universe I am ready to receive? What truth have I been afraid to speak? What door have I been standing in front of, waiting for one more sign? What if this message, this feeling in your heart right now, is the sign? What if your next great breakthrough does not require more effort, but simply more trust? What if everything you are calling into your life is already waiting just on the other side of your next gentle yes, Sagittarius? You no longer need validation for the beautiful life you are building. The divine alignment is already here. The way forward is open, and now it is your time to walk. It inspired, certain, and fully unapologetically in your sacred worth. So here is my final gentle nudge. Do not let this powerful energy remain a beautiful idea. Let it be your turning point. If this message stirred something deep within you, if you felt seen, held, or simply more clear than you did before, I humbly invite you to like, share, and pass this energy forward. Every comment ripples outward. Every share becomes a quiet blessing for another soul on their journey. Thank you truly for being here. Thank you for trusting your own divine timing. And thank you for allowing yourself to walk this path with such profound presence. And as we part just for now, carry this truth with you, like a quiet, steady flame in your heart. Your wealth is not just what you own. It is how bravely you trust the sacred unfolding of your life, even when no one else can see the vision yet. This is your sign, this is your season, and Sagittarius, this is your time.